I'm a firm believer that more people need to start being the main characters in their lives, and I have to speak on it. I realized the power in controlling your narrative when reflecting on my career thus far as a producer and a host. Just a really quick overview on production because I just feel like it needs to be understood for the point that I'm trying to make. Pre-production is the ideation process. That is when all of the foundation is set for the show so that you can have a really smooth, full-scale production in the field. It's when you hire your production team. It's when you cast your talent. It's when you set your budget. It's when you get your waivers in order and all of just the details that you need to get done up front so that everything can be smooth when you're actually like cameras in hand filming. Fast forward to field producing. That's where I come in as a field producer. I'm one of many. It just depends on the day. But there's usually a executive producer, a field producer, an associate producer, production assistant, cameras, you have your audio, you have your grip, you have lighting. Like every little detail matters when it comes to actually bringing the idea to life and filming the show to make sure it's something that you're proud of and it's telling the story that you're trying to tell. When you're in the field, that means you're anywhere besides a traditional television studio. It could be a wedding, it could be a restaurant, it could be a house, it could be the side of the road. Wherever you're filming, that is the field that people are referring to when it comes to production. Once you have a show that you're proud of in the field, that is when everything gets shipped to post-production. All the footage goes to them, and that's when the editors come from the back of the congregation to really bring it home, okay? All of the audio and the visuals come together and the pieces are finally put into the puzzle so you have this beautiful deliverable that can then be sent out to the world via streaming service or network. And the viewers watch it at home, they talk about it, they tweet about it, it's a whole thing, and then you have a show. When it comes to producing, I love it, and I feel it's one of the greatest trust exercises because for someone to look at me and say, I trust you to carry me to my wedding day, to help me navigate one of the biggest decisions of my life, specifically speaking about Love is Blind, for example, that is a huge honor and it's something I don't take lightly. It's crazy because you have so much authority on set. You get to make so many decisions. Of course, there are people higher than me, but there's a lot of decision making that comes into field production, only for you to not have the final say on how it's presented to the world. For example, with Love is Blind Season 3, it was Alexa and Brennan. We had this beautiful date in the mountaintops of Malibu. Drove a Jeep up to the mountaintop. They were in this like sphere bungalow, cute little thing, jacuzzi. They had this beautiful fire pit. Like it was the works. It was a really, really romantic date. Do you think this date ever saw the light of day? No. Did the date exist? Not in television's time, because when I tell you it was such a beautiful day and I was so hurt that it didn't make the cut, never saw the light of day. And you can put so much effort, time, resources into a scene, into a project, into something, only for the post-production editor or the post-production supervisor to be like, it's not really moving the story we want to tell forward. And I can't do a thing about it. I also do a lot of corporate hosting. I do quite a few projects with Samsung and their business-to-business videos, basically announcing new products, new advancements in the company. They need someone that can read teleprompter and make it exciting when it comes to all these announcements, and I really enjoy it. I'm really blessed to be able to work in my field. I do not take that for granted. I could think my first take is amazing. The director might want a second take for safety, and I don't even know what take they use. Like I couldn't even tell you what ends up being the final cut because a lot of times I don't even get to see it. It's top secret, never before seen products, and they can't send it. A lot of my work involves me having so much authority in the moment, but then being at the mercy of someone else in the production process to make the final say, despite how I feel or think or believe it should be. this is the one place, this little corner of YouTube is the one place where I can document my day, my life, have an idea, have an epiphany, have a breakthrough, and then edit it and present it in the way that I want. And I didn't realize I was missing that until I realized I was missing that. And even if you aren't at home in front of a camera or don't have interest in documenting your life, I do feel we can all resonate with feeling like we don't have power over our narrative. We don't have a say in certain aspects of our life. Let me get one thing very, very clear. God is in control, and that will not change. He is the master editor over everything that is our lives. But we also, at the same time, have free will. We have a choice to wake up, put one foot in front of the other, and to make a decision to put good out into the world, to make a decision to chase after all that we desire, and to not settle for what other people say we should have or think we should do or think we should be. And in the society that we live in, where we're so overstimulated, we're so engulfed in other people's lives, other people's realities, sometimes we wake up and forget who we are and whose we are. And we don't walk around with a God-given confidence knowing that He is in complete control and He will not let us fail. And I think we need to remember that more often. I would just love to see us wake up and treat each day like a movie where we're the main character. Romanticize your life. Make it cute. Make it a vibe. I feel like so many times people will feel like, I don't have a say. I don't have an option. I don't have the power to make the decision in this situation, in that situation. You can say yes. You can say no. You have a choice. You feeling like you don't have a say is your say. That's your decision. And so many times I feel like we can be one decision away from changing the whole path, the whole trajectory, but we're too scared or we're too hesitant or we don't feel like we're able to do it. When in reality, we're just blocking our blessings and not remembering that God has called us to higher heights. He really has. Don't go through your day comparing. Don't go through your day contrasting. Rebuke the spirit of fear because that is not of God. So pre-production is over. It's time to step out into the field, okay? It's time to step into the camera frame and really take control of your narrative. Be the main character in your life, because once you do that, nobody can tell you a thing except God. So listen to Him. But besides that, nobody can tell you a thing. I promise. I promise. God will give you the desires of your heart. He'll handle the rest. But you have to take charge and you have to decide, I'm going to give it my best energy. I'm going to give it my best effort. And I will make decisions that will contribute to my greater good and the greater good of those around me as well. I really can't wait to see you do it. I'm gonna do it too. Let's do it together. Stop scrolling, start living, and remember, you are on your own path and you are on your own time, and that is more than enough. It's more than enough, and God will handle the rest. So do something great today, and I will see you in my next video.
I'm good. Actually, more than good. Kinda great. But even on the bad days, I thank God.